29.7 million, 2.6 billion. These numbers represent the uninsured drivers in the country at 29.7 million and the amount of money paid due to uninsured motorist claims, $2.6 billion. Are you one of those uninsured drivers? I urge you to take a look of what costs can occur if you are caught without insurance. Are you someone that has insurance but only the bare minimum? The cost of insurance is cheaper than losing your house or life savings due to an accident that you cause. I highly recommend you evaluate your policy to make sure you have adequate coverage. According to a report written by David Coram for Insurance Research Council August 5, 2014, statewide the uninsured motorist problem varied, with the highest numbers in California, 4.1 million, Florida, 3.2 million, and Texas, 1.6 million uninsured drivers. An article titled Protecting Yourself Against Uninsured Motorists found on the Insurance Information Institute website tells us that about 1 out of every 8 U.S. drivers do not have auto insurance. Auto insurance is mandatory in 49 out of the 50 states, with New Hampshire being the only state that does not require auto insurance. 25,000, 50,000, 25,000. What are these numbers? According to the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles, these are the required liability limits that you need in the state of Ohio to satisfy the financial responsibility requirement. $25,000 bodily injury per person, $50,000 bodily injury per accident, and $25,000 property damage. An article, Auto Insurance 101, The Basics to Buying Auto Insurance, found on the Ohio Department of Insurance website, explains what these coverages are. Bodily injury liability insurance protects you against the claims of other people who are injured due to an accident that you are at fault. The bodily injury may include medical payments, lost wages, and pain and suffering. The liability coverage would pay for these costs along with the cost of defending you against those claims. Property damage liability insurance pays for any damage you cause to the property of others. This includes not only damage to other vehicles, but also other property, such as walls, fences, and equipment. I have worked at an insurance company for over 20 years. Some states require us to directly notify them if an auto insurance policy is terminated. Those states most likely will fine the policyholder and suspend their driver's license. Along with the required coverage, it is good to have optional coverages as well. According to an article, What is Covered by Basic Auto Insurance Policy found on the Insurance Information Institute website, your auto policy may include 6 other coverages. The required coverage, which we already discussed, are bodily injury, liability, and property damage. Medical payments, which is coverage for the treatment for injuries for the driver and passengers of your auto. Collision coverage, which pays for damage to your car as a result from a collision with another object. You usually have a deductible associated with this coverage that you would be responsible for paying before your policy kicks in, such as a $500 deductible. Comprehensive coverage reimburses you for the loss due to theft of damage caused by something other than collision. For example, fire, hail, glass break, or deer hit. This coverage also is like the collision coverage and may require a deductible. Uninsured and underinsured motorist. Uninsured motorist will reimburse you, a family member, or designated driver if you are hit by an uninsured or hit-and-run driver. Underinsured motorist coverage comes into play when an at-fault driver has insufficient insurance to pay for your total loss. This coverage also protects you if you are hit as a pedestrian. If you do not carry at least the state-required liability insurance in Ohio, there are consequences. When you get your driver's license or renew your license in the state of Ohio, you are required to sign a paper at the BMV that indicates you carry the required liability limits for the state of Ohio. According to an article mentioned prior from the Ohio BMV, there are penalties for not having the required liability insurance. You could lose your driver's license until those requirements are met, lose your license plate and vehicle registration, pay a reinstatement fee from $100 to $600 depending on the offense, pay $50 penalty for failure to surrender your driver's license plate, or registration, be required to maintain special financial responsibility insurance or high-risk insurance for 3 to 5 years. As you can see, auto insurance is very important. I encourage you to review your auto policy and make sure that you have the required coverages. Keep in mind, even though the state has minimum limits, you can purchase higher limits to help protect your financial interests, such as your home. There are many other policies you will want to consider to help protect you against catastrophic losses, such as homeowners insurance, scheduled personal property, or umbrella coverage. With many companies out there advertising to get your business, I caution you to make sure you have a reputable company that will make sure that you have the coverage you need. Review your policy annually with a licensed professional insurance to make sure you have the coverage that's appropriate for you. Please do not be one of the 29.7 million uninsured drivers out there.